Hello, Sagittarius. Welcome to your July 2025 reading. My name is NiJiLL, and you have found ÄLKØMԻ. Okay, I don't know if you watched your summer 2025 overview. It's a pretty brief overview. You should listen to it because we re-pulled these cards, but I go into more detail about them, especially this card. This card is very interesting, and this particular card is a card that really, it'll take maybe 5 minutes of your time. You should go listen to it. But aside from that, I wanted to also tell you that these down here these are fairy cards. I haven't used these in many years, and I pulled these and to commemorate the fact that I pulled these. I also pulled this dirt out, and there's a story behind the dirt. I acquired it in 2014 in Ireland, and took a trip to Ireland. The people in the local, we were in a small town at one point, and the people in that small town told us walk about a half mile up the road. You'll come across something called a fairy tree. And if you tie a ribbon on the fairy tree and make a wish, the fae will grant your wish. And so I did that. I did just that. And I also collected some dirt from the area. And yes, long story short, the fairies did they did grant my wish. But all I can say here, Sagittarius, is be careful what you wish for. Okay. All right. So with that said, let's get started. I'm going to summarize these cards so you have some idea of what this is about, even if you didn't watch the reading, or even if you did, maybe you don't remember specifically. But I very rarely tell people to go back and really it's a must watch, but I do think it is. I think that you'll find this interesting. So you do have here, this, believe it or not, is an alternate card for the Hermit, and it's called Time. And this is a massive deck of cards. There's like sometimes 2, sometimes 4 cards denoting one archetype. So this is an alternative card. I'm going to show you the whole thing. And see how he's devouring what looks like a person? Yeah. If I didn't have a dog emergency, it wouldn't be my reading, guys. Okay. So yeah, this is something called Time. Let me see if I could refocus. Oh, it refocused. Very, very good. And even in this deck, and even this bizarre, in this alternative universe here, this still represents Virgo. And as I told you this, and I did show you the painting in the other, and I showed you the original Hermit card as opposed to this one. But this represents a painting called Saturn it's Saturn devouring his children. And it is Greek mythology. And it shows Saturn devouring all of his children because of a prediction that was made, an omen that he received. And there was one child that was spared and hidden by his mother, by the child's mother, and it was Zeus. But that is a long story. I get into the weeds a little bit with that story in the other video. But anyway, yeah, this is definitely, the name of this, like I said, is Time. And so this might be representative of the consumption of time, possible. I remember time being an issue in many of your videos in 2024. This also might be Virgo time, because this is the card of Virgo, that something is going to happen. This is definite crossroads energy. This could represent a paternal figure or a maternal figure, a parental figure that is selfish or overbearing and thinks of just themselves. Could be. It's interesting to note that this is a very hard, it's a rare card, okay? There's not a lot of people that pull this card. It's very rare. The deck is massive, and I'm almost done with this series here for July, and Leo also pulled this card, a fellow fire sign. So that pays to mention. Very interesting energy. And you do have the divine masculine card here. So this may very well be a paternal figure. I'm just letting you know. I mean, for at least one of you there, it could very well be a paternal figure. There is selfish energy here on the table, okay? There is someone here who, whether it's a parent or not, is very, very selfish and thinks only of themselves. And this is also, like I said, it could be the consumption of time. You may have felt you've wasted a lot of time on stupid things, a lot of time on things that, you didn't benefit from. This could be, you feel time. Some people feel time, like I said in the other video, some people feel time at 20s too. Like they'll start to feel like they're not attaining what they should attain. And some people don't feel that until they're 60. So it's very not age oriented. It is definite like mental, it's a mental gymnastics type thing. Now, you do have the Hierophant here as well. And the Hierophant is pure Taurus energy. And this is a traditionalist for sure. But this also could be a commitment, right? The vows, a commitment. It could be a job that you're recommitting to, a new job that you're committing to, a person, new goals, right? And this could be a new level of commitment for a relationship that you are already in. This could be a commitment that you're making to yourself. It is very commitment oriented, and I'm feeling the commitment rolling off the card. You also have the Ace of Pentacles, more earth energy. There's a lot of earth energy in this reading, especially for a fire sign, okay? There's a lot of Taurus, there's a lot of Virgo. Earth energy, this is a gift. You see how the hand's handing you something? This could be a gift. It could be a raise. It could be a promotion. It could be a lottery win. It could be a gift from an earth sign, from the heart, but from an earth sign. Could be an actual present, but you're receiving something here in July. And you have here the Knight of Swords. And the Knight of Swords is Mercury and Gemini energy. And this thing is coming in pretty fast. It's almost like there's no movement, and then boom, things are starting to happen very quickly. Yeah. You have here the Wheel of Fortune coming in reverse. And that is your energy. It's Jupiter energy. And it's Jupiter energy, but instead of being, it is fixed energy, right? So we're looking at Leo, Scorpio, Aquarius, and Taurus energy, right? So this is releasing old patterns. It could be old ways of thinking. It could be old plans are just being changed. Perhaps a plan hasn't gone the way you wish it would. There is a surrender to a new plan. Things are going differently than listen, there's a lot of really good cards here. But it's kind of strange, too. There's something else going on in the background. I guess we'll figure it out here as we go along. Because you do have here the Empress in reverse. And that's Venus energy, just like Taurus Libra energy, right? A lack of energy at some point in the month. It could be you're dealing with someone who's supposed to be very caring, supposed to be very nurturing, but is very selfish. I can't help but think that here because you have definite maternal and paternal energy here. Okay, could be a parent that that does something, or that shows their true colors, or perhaps that you already know that they're like that and they're just being extra. I don't know, but this is causing some sort of conflict. Now this also could be somebody you're working with that you thought had your back. That's really doesn't, isn't what they were supposed to be, because there is conflict surrounding this, right? You have Saturn and Leo energy. This is conflict between you and someone else. It could be conflict between you and a group of people, or it could just be conflict going on inside your head. Like you're just conflicted about what's going on. It looks like you have more than one thing going on here, Sagittarius. You have something really good happening for sure. And then you have something else, weirdness going on. When you add this up and you break it down, it's Venus energy. You have a lot of Venus energy here, for sure. Venus. Venus rules Taurus and Libra. Venus also rules our money, our goals, and our love life. So, yeah, it's either some sort of love thing going on here, a commitment, or it's some sort of recommitting to a goal or a commitment to a new goal. So it's a commitment of some kind here is on the table. I'm sticking by that. Now, going over to the side, you do have a lot of moon energy in this reading. Look, you have moon void, of course, moon and first quarter moon all coming out together, right? So you have moon void, of course. It says, the moon energy you could be very sensitive to it this month, very sensitive. So check the full moon, the waxing moon, the waning moon, the new moon, and really look at when this is occurring, because, you'll start to see that I really think that you're going to be linked to it somehow this month. Here you have moon void, of course. It says disconnect, withdrawal. Yeah. At some point you're going to be withdrawing. You're going to feel a disconnect here. But you also have here moon. And it says emotions, instincts, subconscious. Something could be going on in the subconscious. But I got to tell you, the moon pulls. It creates pulls. It creates tension. During the waxing moon, there are things that are building. During the waning moon, it's a release time. It's the release time. During the moon void, of course, they tell you never to make plans, there's certain things you just don't do. You can look all that up on the internet. But you have first quarter moon here, and there's the momentum, right? Something building. That's like the waxing moon energy, momentum, magnetism, right? So you have a lot of things going on this month, and it really looks like if you look at your calendar, you'll start to see a correlation between what's going on in your life and what is going on with the moon, at least for this month. Okay. Yeah, definitely. You have Uranus here, and this is the ruler of Aquarius. You could have Aquarius highly aspected in your chart. You could be dealing with an Aquarian, for sure. But with Uranus here on July 7th, you have Uranus that enters Gemini. And the interesting thing is, it's going to be from July 7th, 2025, all the way to 2032. This is a very long transit. This is an important transit, obviously, because it's there for stationary for so long. A period of shifts. It's going to be shifts in your beliefs, unexpected events going on. You're a freedom lover, Sagittarius. You love your freedom. And Uranus also is a freedom lover. And this is going to be in your relationship zone, right? So you may find yourself breaking loose from certain things, breaking loose from certain relationships you may have thought would be in your life for a long time. You also may find yourself committing to new relationships, committing and sort of leveling up. So yeah, this could be jobs, right? It could be your job, it could be your relationship, it could be your friendship. When I say relationships, your relationships with people at work, your relationships with people in your family, your relationships, your friendships, your obviously your love relationships. But this is going to, within the next, until 2032, you're going to be different. You're going to be different from how you have been all along. I think you're going to be putting up with a lot less crap. I think you're going to be appreciating the people that truly stick by you, and the people that don't, you're going to be like, see you later. I don't think it's going to be as difficult for you to let go of people as maybe it was at one time. You have here the sixth house, and there is serving and there is what is good for you. And it is coming in sideways. So there's like a balance here going on with the sixth house energy. And the sixth house is self-care. It is your health, your wellness, your physical body. That is on the table. I do think that you're going to be really considering going on a diet if that applies to you. And a diet can mean many things. It doesn't have to mean weight loss. It could mean weight loss. It could mean a diet for your better health, right? Even if you look fabulous and you love the way you look and you're happy with your weight, you might not be eating right, right? Because a large portion of my life I did not eat right, and I maintained my weight. And by looking at me, you would say, wow, she really cares. No, not really. I used to eat fast food all the time. Like, you know what I mean? It could be that. It could be, doesn't have to be diet. It could be a fitness program. Maybe you're starting something brand new that way. Maybe you're starting to get tested and really take your health seriously. It in the sixth house, very related to your physical body. You also have man and cross. And this is a Lenormand deck. And this is somebody in your life here who is male and is burdened. A burdened male, a man with a cross on his back. Yeah. A man facing significant life challenges is in your energy here. Could this be you if you're a male? Could be. I'm not really seeing a cross on your back, though, Sagittarius. I have to tell you, I'm not. Looks like it might be someone in your energy. I'm not really sure who this is yet, but this is someone who is facing challenges and affects your energy in some way, somehow. Now, going over to this side, I kind of see a correlation here, right? These are the cards that I pull to tell you what is going on in someone's head around you that they are not sharing with you, right? So you have dishonesty and negative. It could be this guy. Yeah, it could be. So the dishonesty is, I will withhold information from you for my benefit. This could be a work-related situation. It could be a family situation. It could be a friendship. Negative, I'm hiding my true intentions and I don't actually care about your well-being. There is someone going through a really big life change. There is somebody going through, someone has a lot on their plate. I'm not saying it's an excuse, but there's an unhappy person, an unhappy male energy around you that somehow is impacting you. Okay, it is impacting you. Is it impacting you tremendously where it's going to ruin your month? No, but it is a warning from spirit, right? Watch your back type energy. You do have snow here, and this is number 34 in this deck. And this tells us to stay silent and remain watchful. Let the snow fall. It's very, very quiet. That's when you could hear what's really going on. Definitely speak a lot less and listen a lot more to the people around you this month here. You do have forge, don't follow. It says pave a new path, be the leader you wish you had. Yeah, it is leadership energy. It is leadership energy. It's a card of someone forging ahead, being the leader, being the initiator, right? Almost like a cardinal energy, right? Forging a new path. Yeah, definitely. And here it is, like right next to the dishonesty and the negative, and you have this, there is gossip, right? And it says people are talking about you and what you're doing. Okay, people are talking about you and what you're doing. There is, yeah, there is something going on here. I think this gossip card, sometimes the gossip card could actually be positive, right? But I don't believe it is. I think that there's a person here who, I mean, it might be jealousy. It very well might be jealousy. You might have jealousy coming from someone who is a source that you just weren't ready for it. You didn't think that was possible, that they could be jealous of you. Maybe you thought you were their friend. Maybe you thought they were happy for you. But there is a secret negativity here. There is a secret negativity here. You do have the ravens here. These are Odin's ravens. I love that card because I happen to love ravens and crows. And it's in my Norse deck. They're Odin's ravens. They are far-reaching, right? They all seeing. They remind us of the power of the things that we carry with us. And they each represent, one represents thought and one represents memory. You're going to be asked to have a bird's eye view, especially with the snow. Stop, look, and listen. Just do not speak as much as you observe. Observe from all angles. Observe something from all angles. Really, instead of sharing your thoughts and your hopes and your dreams, do more listening to the people around you this month, so you could weed this person out here. You do have the 3 rings, and here it is. Like, like I said, there is something good going on here too, right? You have this commitment going on, and this is again the joining of 2 things to create a third. And like I said, if you're already in a very happy relationship, this is a leveling up of that. This is a recommitting of that. If you're happy with your job, or you could be recommitting to that. You could be recommitting to a brand new goal. We talked about all that with this Hierophant energy here. You have the letters M, C, and B. One of those or all of those will mean something to you by the end of the month. It could be someone's initials. It could be, like I always say, it could be a restaurant. It could be a street name. It could be a company name. It could be anything like that, okay? Let me shut my phone off because this ding is going to drive me crazy. I hate that. All right. So here are your 3 legs. These legs can come in order. I divided your month up into thirds. And yes, they can come in order and they can also come out of order because we know tarot is not a science, right? So yeah, for each of you, it's going to be just a little bit different. So have patience with the process here, Sagittarius. Okay, leg 1. That really looks like great energy. Now here it is. I think this is the good energy we were just talking about because you have soul ties here. It says reunion, and that's very possible for at least one of you, but I do think that it is a soul tie in your life, all right? It is a soul tie. You have, starting this off, you have the beautiful 10 of summer, and this is Piscean energy, a happy relationship, right? A soul tie, an emotional contentment. This is happiness. Is it happiness because somebody has, gifted you with something? Not that materialism is on the table. It's really not that. It's something coming from someone's heart, okay? You have here the Prince of Spring. That's actually, that is more Sagittarian energy, actually. That's interesting. Yeah, this is someone who is charming, confident, passionate. It's action. It is kind of like the Knight of Swords, except with more passion, more fire. So there is someone coming in hot and heavy here, definitely. And here, to top it off, you have unity. I mean, this is Taurus energy, and this is exactly, it's almost the exact energy, different name as the Hierophant. But I love this deck for that reason. It gives you alternate names for some of the major arcana. And here it is. You have 5 and that is unity coming together. So if you had any doubts, here it is. Don't have any doubts now. Yeah, this is the commitment that we were talking about, the unity. You know, two people, two things coming together as one. When we add this up and we break it down, does it really surprise you that that is more Venus energy, right? Yeah, Venus all over this reading. And Venus rules Taurus, the Hierophant. It also rules the Empress at Libra energy. So take that and put that where it belongs here. What a lineup, though. Beautiful, beautiful leg. Leg 2. Here it is. I think this is the disruption here. You have the assistance. Well, you do have assistance here, but you have somebody who has a lot of pride, vanity, ego. I think it is this person, right? It is this person. There is some jealousy being shown here. Yeah. You have the Queen of Spring. And this is Aries energy here, the Queen of Spring. It's just like you, Sagittarius. And you know what? Like, don't get hung up on the sexes in the general readings. It could go either way. It's somebody who envelops this energy. And this is someone who is determined to succeed. It could be a stubborn person, for sure. A truly dynamic person. What is a dynamic person? That's someone who can plan a party, write up a marketing campaign, volunteer at a local animal shelter, and then make it home just in time and to cook dinner. Pretty much do anything. Definitely, this is a person like that. Now, you also have a second person here, and the second person is in the center of your reading. Now, you know yourself. Are you the Queen of Spring, male or female? Or are you the Queen of Winter, male or female? The Queen of Winter is Libra energy. This is someone who is strong, patient, self-sufficient, could be very humorous, very funny. But this is a person who is very comfortable being alone. If they share their company with someone, that means that they have chosen to do that. They're not desperate to be around people. They would rather not be around people. So if they've chosen to be around you, consider it a gift. Consider it a huge compliment. This is someone who will cut someone out very quickly who provides more drama than joy. Okay? This is someone who may be single at the moment. This is someone who, or is very comfortable being single. This is someone who is very, very smart and can win a battle of the wits very, very easily. Are you the Queen of Winter or are you the Queen of Spring? You have the Hermit here. This is more Virgo energy. And here is the Hermit over here and the Hermit over here. But this is obviously the original Hermit. Well, kind of. This is the fairy version. Do you see how the Star of David is hanging there? What a beautiful, beautiful card. Love these cards. I wish they were just a little bigger. I have to go online and see if I can get larger ones. I like the fact that I like large cards. But anyway, you have the Hermit here. And in this deck, taking a break from everything, right? To think something out. Taking small steps. You may not know the outcome of the path yet, but it's okay to ask for assistance. And here, that is the key here. It is okay to ask for assistance. And this assistance could be purely spiritual, right? It could be someone that you trust. It could be a therapist. It could be a best friend. It could be a confidant. It could be anything like that. It is okay to ask for assistance, and it is okay not to know the end of the journey. It is okay to take one step at a time, right? But there is someone around you, man. There is someone around you that has a lot of ego, a lot of ego. What an interesting reading this time. When we add this up and we break it down, we have Mars, Aries energy. What is that? That is passion. Could be conflict, could be. It also could be assertiveness, being very assertive, very sure of yourself. I personally love Mars energy. It's one of my favorite planets, okay? Yeah, so let's move on to your third leg here. Here it is. Yeah. Okay. So you have limitations, you have limiting fears. Is there someone that's bringing this out in you? I don't know. Let's see. You have the Four of Autumn. The Four of Autumn is Capricorn energy, and this is keeping things in. You may have certain feelings about something that has been said, something that has been done, an action that you have seen, an aspect of someone's personality that you are now privy to, and you're keeping it inside. And in some ways, I think it's very smart, because this card tells you just observe more than you speak. This is the month for that, right? So here you are actually doing just that, right? You are going to experience some fatigue, but you are going to get through this. You know, this is the Nine of Spring is the card of getting through something. It being tired as hell, but getting through it. You also have here the High Priestess coming in sideways. And the High Priestess is Piscean energy, even in this deck. And up, you know, right side up would be keeping your thoughts to yourself. And you're going to make a decision about that. And that goes with this energy and it goes with this energy. Keeping something to yourself. There's going to be a part of this month, or at least a moment, where you're going to say, I'm so tempted to say something, but I'm biting my tongue. It is much better to be an observer this month. So you could really see, I always say, and I try really hard to do this now. If you really want to know if you really want to know how someone feels, just let them do what they want to do. Don't guide them. Stand back and watch. Their actions will tell you everything. If they're not being honest, their actions will tell you that. Okay? So it is the time to bite your tongue a little bit this month. But interestingly enough, when we add this up and we break it down, we get Venus energy again. This could be a work situation because it looks like your love life really looks decent. It doesn't look like there's anything bad going on there. It looks like it, for most of you anyway, this could be a work thing. Okay. So, yeah, like I said, you do have, yeah, I mean, even in this card, you see like how this person is reaching through. I don't know. There is something weird going on here with someone, and it's an unexpected thing. You're not expecting them to feel the way they actually feel. Okay, challenges. You have rejection, loss. Now this is your challenge. This is definitely your challenge pile. So you're at a loss. You're fragmented. You're upset about something that you've learned. And here it is. The Two of Swords on this side. See how calm this side is? Well, that's not you. Libra. This is a turbulent environment, feeling like you need to block it out or ride it out. Okay? You have the moon. The moon again. You have a lot of moon energy here. You have the moon again, Cancer energy. There are things you need to know, and the moonlight makes it difficult at some parts of this month to see in front of you. But the moon means something in this reading, big time. Follow the moon energy. And here you have your 10 of Cups again. It's kind of like the 10 of summer here, right? You have that 10 of Cups, and this is in your challenge. So that whatever it is you're learning could something that may try to interfere with the good feelings that you're having. There could be someone that's jealous of your relationship. Very, very possible. There is someone that's acting out of jealousy that you're disturbed about. It could very well be, because you have that 10 of Cups. That's really nice energy. We add this up and we break it down. We get the moon again. Really watch the moon. Watch the moon phases this month, Sagittarius. I never tell you that, but I do think that it's definitely relevant to you. You have, and this is in your opportunities, you have isolating thoughts. And as an opportunity, I would say yes. Stay by yourself with your thoughts. Keep them away from this energy and do not share them. I'm not saying don't share them with anyone ever, but do not share them with the person that you'd like to share them with. I know you're a very straightforward sign. Try to observe more than anything else this month. You do have the devil coming in reverse. That is pure Capricorn energy. But when the devil faces in this direction, you are breaking free of some kind of toxicity this month. Toxicity is thrown around a lot. It doesn't have to be, it could be just a bad situation. It could be a toxic environment. It could be hope that rises from the crap that you go through. The devil is looking in a different direction. You're going to have choices this month here with the Scorpion energy, the 7 of Cups. Choices. The choices can be confusing, but this is an opportunity to slow down and really decide what it is you want. Really make some decisions. Use this time wisely, okay? You do have here the 8 of Pentacles coming in sideways, and as you can see, you're thinking about your future. You're thinking about your children, your legacy. And if you already have full-grown children, you're thinking about your future. your legacy. Like, where am I going to be 10 years from now? Who am I going to be with? These are decisions, sideways card decisions that you're going to be making. What do I work on here? Who do I work with? Where is home? What deserves my attention and what doesn't? It's going to be a month of that. And when we add that column up, we break it down, we get your energy, we get Jupiter energy, right? Expansion and luck. I like all that energy for you. Definitely looks like you're going to find out someone's feelings, and it's not going to be particularly comfortable. There's some sort of jealousy going on here, and it's coming from a source that's weird. I don't know, something that you're not used to. And there you go. You got the melanosis card, the darkening card. This is a card of depth, readiness. This is like almost like Wheel of Fortune energy, but it's a little different here. Sagittarius. Darkness is a sort of achievement, an achievement in this deck, right? It indicates that the material, which is you, has been through a significant occurrence, a significant change. There's some sort of experience that you have been through or that you're going through that brought it into a state of readiness. What are you ready for? The darkness prepares us, right? It's sort of like, God, how do I explain this to where I don't get too far into the weeds with it? When this card appears, right, it's not necessary to think about what brought you here, right? And it's an initiation by fire. So that is your element, right? It is a time to heal. And the darkness is the remedy to heal, right? So it is to be brave, face the darkness, face the darkness. The darkness could be someone in your life who's, there's some sort of lesson you're learning about someone in your life, because look, there's a raven. I mean, this honestly could be a crow, but look how similar these birds are. Look at that. Stop, look, and listen. Stop and look. There's a snake. Yeah, someone shedding their skin. There is someone around you that feels an enormous burden, and there is someone around you that is going to be a negative influence in your. There's someone that is not being honest. Now, I can't help but tell you that I don't think it's going to ruin your month. I don't think they're going to get away with something so terrible and heinous that you need to go take cover. But I do think you need to pay attention and figure out who this person is and sort of show them the door. But this month is the month to just observe. Now we add all the numbers in this reading up and we break them down. We get Pluto energy. Does that surprise you? It's definitely death and rebirth energy. It's Scorpion energy. The numbers that came out the most were 9 and 10. 9 being Mars, Aries energy, that sort of warlike energy. And we have that Pluto energy, which is number 10, right? Again, death, rebirth, transformation. The sign that came out the most in this reading was Taurus. And that is Venusian energy, right? And the planet that came out the most was definitely the moon. Right? Remember how many times the moon came out? That is Cancerian energy. So what do we have here? We have the moon, which is, I told you, check the phases of the moon. We have Venus, which is your love life and your work life here on the table. We have Mars, which is sort of like warlike, aggressive sort of energy. And you have Pluto, which is death and rebirth. Scorpio is on the table. So definitely here, Sagittarius, watch your back and figure out who this person is and just weed them out. I will see you next time. Namaste.